Hello, it's Matty G. Welcome back to the farm. This is Hopewell Farm on Calmsden. This is part 20. We've just done a harvest over there. We've got a new flatbed to pick up for the Phoenix because we've got a full one inside there. And then we'll possibly speed up some time and show you our nighttime yard. We've added all the lights, but in the meantime we're going to go pick up this new flatbed, start loading her up with some lettuces. Oh, it's a tight one, that. If no one's seen the inside of the Phoenix, here it is. It handles like a dream, this one does, it really does. It's much better than the base game. And it also doesn't have that stupid spinny steering wheel like all the tractors have. And don't get me wrong, it can do that, which you need to sometimes, but also it does allow you to drive it a little bit more sensibly. There we go. Here we are, smooth as you like. And it does have this weird tin. Oh, I've gone overshot my entrance, but it's not to worry. It's fine because it's kind of needed and intended. Let's back this up. And we'll start collecting those up. Lovely jubbly. I'll leave it just here. Go around here and grab that last bit. Leave that there. Water's fine, seeds fine, solid fertiliser fine. This will be the same. Yep, lovely jubbly. Run up and check the sheep. They're looking good. Chickens, I think, are fine. Yep. Chickens are good. This is... There we go. Oh, I got shot for a second and I didn't see it. Forgetting that it's on the stilts. Here is our full bed. 34,000 litres of lettuce. So we're definitely going to make some money come sale time. In the meantime, we have got to get this field ready. Still, we're going to use a voucher again. Get some use into her before she goes. It is a big old weight we stick on this, but it counteracts the weight of this meaty. I can't. It's not just a cultivator. It's almost like a plough. It's really heavy as well. There we go. We're going to go up around the edges, do the headlands. You know the drill by now. It looks like they've limed that field next to us, getting that ready for sowing. It'd be nice if they do, because we're going to buy that field eventually. It's going to be ours. I want it, it's mine. Yes, we're going to be buying that one. We're going to turn that into multiple fields, plus some selling point areas over on the far side. I have some plans, some ideas. Some rental opportunities possibly, or it might just be straight up development and sell. We foot the bill for the development side and then we make some profit from it. That would be a lot of profit. But anything's better than nothing. You gotta love the detailing. Whoops. I just stopped it. There we go. Just the way it does it, I mean, it digs into the mud here and then this just sort of rolls it back down. It's lovely. Lovely effect. Graphics are great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, going to turn it around and come back. We always get a problem, as you can see where we get the problem, actually just there on the right hand side there. So we're going to come back this way just to make sure we get all of that spot, and then we're going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. We'll let Dave do that. Dave's our full-time employee, Frank's our part-time employee, which is why you'll hear me use Dave's name quite often. Dave's been with us for a while. He came up from the old country with us. Frank's a local lad. He's a good, nice enough fella. Bit quiet, not so talkative. But yeah, he's a good worker. He works mostly up at the Cotswold store. He's a machinist, welder and fabricator. That's his most trade, but he's been done farming his whole life. He worked down at Calmsden farm, which is just down the road, on the previous owner's behalf. And we don't mean the previous, but the previous, if that makes any sense. The actual previous owner was a fancy lord who owned quite a lot of land around here. But he got caught doing some naughty things. Apparently he buried some of his cars and tried to claim off the insurance. Naughty, he's now serving it at Her Majesty's pleasure. So yeah, the farms, from what I gathered, they've both been sold now. As separate entities. Initially it was all one area, one big farm with two separate farmyards, if you like. But obviously now it seems like they have been sold to two different separate entities. Probably went for way too much money for our liking anyway. Plus we're happy with our little slice of land up here, and we've got plans of expanding and etc. ourselves. Our first round of initial planning got approved by the local council. It's always nice to know that they're on our side. Make sure they turn correctly. Also worried about them turning around at the bottom. I know how they like to crash into stuff, especially when they're doing stuff like that. Right, you out of the way. What I'm going to do then is do one at the bottom as well, just to be safe. I'm going to protect my bales and my little bit of wool, my sheep pen, my silo. Especially my silo. God, can you imagine him jumping into the tractor and crashing into them? Punch a hole in that. Whoa, the repair bill. I said a repair bill, probably be a whole new silo system. Especially if he damaged the dryer. God, blimey. this year's crops could end up being ruined and we would have to sell them straight away. Probably end up, well, we'd have to find out, see if it can be repaired, and if it can't, then we'd have to, or if it was too expensive, we'd have to think about getting a whole new silo system. I can assure you the wife would not be happy about that at all. So yeah, sometimes it is just better to take some time and correct any mistakes that need correcting or avoiding. You can avoid the mistake in the first place simply by doing a little bit of headering like this. All the better. All the better. We're only doing this so that they don't have any accidents. Can't afford to keep replacing stuff. Nearly there. See, it wasn't too bad. Then you can crack on from there. Right, jump out of your way. You crack on. It'll take him some time anyway. Check see if there's any more wall coming into this. We are up to 76 litres. Not bad, not bad. Ah, chocolate's eating some grass. And you got plenty of grass. I don't know why you all have to insist. Oh, it's hay, isn't it? Sorry. Having the good stuff, eh? Choc. So that's chocolate. This one's Nala. That's dark. That's Darky. Just 'cause it's got a dark face. And this is Loudmouth. Just like any other bloody all white sheep. Loudmouth. Makes a lot of noise, this one does. Yeah, poser. Yeah, it's smiling, posing for pictures. Oh, look at me on my good side. Oh, yes. Poser. We all know what you are, Loudmouth. See, look, this one's eating the grass. You're a good girl, ain't you, Nala? Yes, you are. Yeah, Tubby. Hey, Choc. Choc. He's mixing his food now. Look, he's going for some grass. Cheeky monkey. Right, we'll leave them to it. There's much for us to do at this point. Now, we will see you in September. Yep, September. See you about 9 AM. Good morning. Well, it's another fine looking day. Bit overcast in places, but another fine looking day. Let's try and squeeze through this hedge. And it's still growing, not ready. How's it not ready? Growing. I would have thought that would have been ready by now. I'll have to check back with that then later. Maybe it will be ready by lunch. Pardon me, like lunchtime. How's our eggs doing? That one's nearly finished. That one has finished. You there for a minute. You come through here. This one won't take too long. That'll be up and running in a little while. 3,000. So we may top that up next month, I think. How's he doing in the fields? Yeah, he's working away, lovely jubbly. Hop, skip and jump. 13,000 in honey. Nice. Hop, skip and jump. Yeah, got more coming through there. 6,000. Got another month's worth of water in here still. Lovely jubbly. There's that one spawned at the back here. Let's push this one up. Or not. Come on. What the hell happened there? Yep, definitely got a few in there already. What we'll do is we'll just concentrate on this side. We won't move any pallets over and let this... Let's check on our sheep. Yeah, water. That's no water. No, it's still got quite a bit of water. Please be more than 76. 106. It seems to be growing. So maybe we don't have the fault here that the new patch seems to have caused. Right, let's jump in and see what the sales say. And the sales say 4.5 meters for a planter. Ooh! This machine can harvest the identified crops. It's a nice. It's 197 grand though. It's very nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, we could probably afford it when it comes to sale or sell time. It's a toughie. It is a toughie. 197. What are... no, it won't show us the combinations. Let's have a look. There was a massive one, wasn't it? Normally 400 grand. That's the ideal 7. That's the standard one. That's the one we're looking at now. So just over half the price. But what are the combinations? 50, ooh, wow, 52,000 for the header. I mean, yes, it's 9.2 meters, but 52,000. What about the 63,000? Look at that. That's a 6 meter header for the Diamond 8. And then you got the ideal. These are bigger tracks. That's not a bad little one. 10,000 litres for 263. What headers does that come with? Oh, I could take the 7.6, the 9.2, or the 10.7. Wow. And it can take these two. I think the John Deere's a fixed base one, isn't it? Oh no, is that a folding one? No, that's a folding one. Yeah, that's the difference. You can tell the difference now. That's a standard one. That's all fixed. Fixed in place. How about the Lexion? 9,000 to 18,000. Jesus. What's the basic one? Yeah, I see. I see. I see. I see. It's very, 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 very tempting, isn't it? Still, don't worry about it quite. Right. Why have you? Oh, you haven't stopped. You look like you'd stopped. My bad. I didn't mean to insult you. Calm down, Frank. God, blimey. Right. They're real tough decisions. I'm not ready to... I don't want to sell stuff yet. It's not the best prices. So, shall we have a look at some of the prices? What we have and when we can sell. So we're in September. We have some wheat. Don't really want to sell wheat. So it's December anyway. Canola. November, as I suspected. Swing down. What else we got? Milk. No. Silage. We do have silage, but winter months. I mean, now is like crap. Don't want to be selling now. Eggs. September. Mid-range prices. Really want to sell in November. They had a high of 4,000 last year. Can't really. I mean, lettuce is the only other thing. And again, that's January. September is the worst price possible. Damn you! Right. Tough decisions. Tough decisions. We could use that. If we bought that one on tick with a header, we'll be spending just shy of 200 and round it down to 250, £250,000. But it would work wonders in this field that is got to be ready almost. Let's have a look. Growth stage. It's at its absolute peak end of growth stage. It is a conundrum. Talk about a headbanger. Any of you got any suggestions? It'd be nice to just shout them out. Send them down in chat. Laughing faces. Yeah, laughing faces doesn't help. I actually need some advice, some help with the decisions, because at the moment I'm still thinking I'm not going to bother spending money if I haven't got it. I've done the loan thing in sort of the start-up. I'm over that period. Now I just want to make the money my way. I think what we'll do is is the car back over at the house? Is the car back over at the house? Yes, it is. What I think we'll do is we're just going to add some water to the greenhouses now. Gives us something to do. Try and distract our own mind from the inevitable decision that we're not going to take that fantastic deal and opportunity because we won't get a loan. Sounds daft, but no, I did the loan thing to get where we are. We should be self-sufficient now. Our farm's plenty big enough, and I think that's what we're going to be from now on, is self-sufficient. No more loans. You all might think I'm crazy, but I think it's the right thing to do. After a certain period of time, once you become self-sufficient, loans should only ever be used as a sort of last resort. as example, if we had no combine and that came up, then I would say, yeah, it's probably okay to do that. It makes sense because you're not got a combine harvester, so it would make sense to purchase one. So to get one on PH or Tick would be, you know, get a loan out for it or whatever. That would make sense. For your second one, it's like being at home. If you got a car already, you don't want to get a second car on finance if your first car's still with you. You know, you wouldn't go out and get a second wife while you're still married, would you? You know, it's not exactly the same, but I'm sure you get me meaning. We can turn this 360 style, which we can. We'll just double check that the sheep don't need any more. And how close do I need to get for it? Give us the option to fill or... Oh wow. Either that's completely and utterly full still, or it just doesn't want to work for us. Straighten her up, line her up, and away we go. We'll get as close as humanly possible. There we go. There we go. Took 4%. So they're not taking much water. That's always good. That's always good. They're not having much water. There's only a few of them, I suppose. There's only a few of them. Come on, line up. This trailer's a bit of a pain. Don't do that. Whatever. Stupid trailer. Let's go park this up. Straight over the hedge. Whoa, easy tiger. Alright. How are we doing? How are we doing? I'm going to be checking this every single time because it worries me. It really does worry me that they're just going to vanish. It shouldn't, I know, but it does. Yeah, these are the ones we've got at the moment. I mean, even if we decided to get rid of these, it's 50 grand. Headers. Obviously, there's two of them. Would be 50. Well, we'll call it. We'll be really generous and just say that 60 grand all in. We'd still need to find 130 grand plus just to get the combine. We've got 30 grand, so it'll be 100 grand. I'll say 100. No, we've got to get headers as well. See, that's another thing. To get a header for both types. Obviously, probably just rent a corn header, I suppose. You're still looking at another 50 odd grand on top of that, so you're looking at 150, 200 grand alone for a combine. And I don't want to get rid of my combines. It's my first little one with the roster mash. I think if anything, we will rent one if we need to, unless that stays in there for another day. If it stayed in there for another day, it'd be something to think about, wouldn't it? Jump in with them. Make sure they complete this bit properly. First time this has been completed properly then. For a while. I mean, still got to come down that strip. still can't get over we are not doing that field yet. It is corn, isn't it? Yeah, corn's October time, which is where we're going to be planting wheat in this field. I'm going to plant wheat in this field again, so we've got enough feed for the chickens. That's going to be the plan. There we go. We'll just head down this last. See, I knew it. I don't think I can see any more. No, it's just the only few bits. There we go, let's get this bit done. Last little strip. And we didn't need our favourite rocket ship, and I've done what they've been doing. Silly me. And 2 over. There we go, that looks about right. Last slither. There it is. And that's that field done for another year. Down the embankment. Whoa! Wow, that was a big old wheelie. Told you this thing was weighty. It's definitely a weighty one. Right, now we've got the fun part. Wiggling it back in. Seriously? How much bloody room does that John Deere want? And we'll just pull this in behind it, next to it. There we go. Ugh. Should have cleaned it. We've got to get the cleaning on at some point, I guess. So, I think we're going to call that a wrap for this mini little episode. Yeah. That'll be harvested in the next episode. That'll be planted in the next episode. We will then sell this field, and with the proceeds of the sale of the crop as well, we should hopefully finally have enough to buy field 5. Plus we've got a grass cut to do, which we will do We will try to do off air again, and then maybe next year we'll start doing some on air. Maybe, who knows? But we've got to. I mean, we keep renting certain equipment. We really want to buy it eventually. So we want to buy a forage trailer. That's the word. We can get that in here because we can move this one to the back and then pull this one in front, as this is only ever going to be used for selling. Yeah, I've just got myself caught between a rock and a rake. There we are. So yeah, we will see you next time. This has been fun. This has been Matty G. Thanks very much. Remember to subscribe, like, share and all that. If you're on Twitch, please follow. Until next time, Matty G out.